So today we are going to see about hybrid pi model. So what is hybrid pi model? This is the basics of a hybrid pi model. So the bipolar transistors are also commonly used in the circuits for what to amplify time varying or sinusoidal signals. Okay. So in this linear application process, it's done in the forward active region. So in this application, the sinusoidal parameters are the area of interest. So it is convenient to develop some small signal equivalent circuit. Okay. So we know that common emitter configuration are widely used in amplification purpose. Okay, already we had discussed about the common emitter configurations. Okay, it widely used in amplification purpose. So we have you got chosen the common emitter for our analysis. Okay, so in this hybrid model, for a transistor in the common emitter configuration, so for this model, the all parameters like the resistance and capacitance in the model are we are going to assume to be independent of frequency. So but they may vary with some operating point. Okay. So here, see this configuration model. In a common emitter configuration, the emitter junction we are applied is forward bias. Okay. The junction they exhibit a capacity Fi called as a capacitance called diffusion capacitance. So it is denoted here as CBE or she dash BE. Okay. So that is a connector in between B dash and E here. So they represent the excess of minority carrier storage in the base. So which is up to 100. So next one is transition capacitance. First one is diffusion capacitance. Second one is transition capacitance. Okay, here what is transition capacitance means when a reverse bias are applied in the collector junction. So it's a capacity effect called transition capacitance. So it is referred as B dash or CB dash C or CC. So which is in between 3. So the capacity of A that is in between B dash and C here, that is collector base junction. Okay. So next one is internal mode. So the internal mode, in internal mode that is in between B dash. So it's a physically non-accessible bulk mode. So B represents external base terminals. Okay. So the resistance between external B and internal node B dash. So here we are represented as RBB dash. Okay. RBB dash. So the resistance is called base spreading resistance. It is up to 100 ohm. So next one is the resistance value, that is R dash B. It is in between the virtual base, means B dash to the emitter region. So the resistance in between B dash and E. Okay. Next one is it's a resistance in between the B dash and C. So due to the Yarley effect, the varying voltage that across the collector to emitter junction, so it results in what is Yarley effect? So it results in base width modulation. So the change in effective base width that causes the emitter current to change. Okay. So this is the feedback effect. So this is the feedback effect between the input and output. So it is taken into the connecting to RB dash. So it's up to 4 mega ohm. Finally, what is GM? GM we already discussed. GM means transconductance. Okay. So due to small change in voltage across the emitter junction, some excess minority carriers that injected to the base region. So it is proportional to the V dash B. So some small signal current flow it occurs. So it is called transconductance. So finally, output resistance. It is referred as RCE. It is the output resistance. It is the result of Yarley effect. So it is up to 8 kilo ohm. Okay. Thank you, students.